Welcome to Nerdindex, and today we're going to give our review after finishing The Most Notorious Talker Runs the World's Greatest Clan. The show definitely lived up to its perception of being edgy from what we saw in the trailers, so you can expect some gore, and also it has you leading with the expectation that people are going to do or act in the worst ways possible. Like, you meet a new character and you're basically asking yourself, okay, what horrible thing did you do? And then the story sets it up so that the talker class of magic is supposed to be the weakest class, but everything they tell you about how his magic works is just overpowered, and Noel has done everything possible to make sure that he's not perceived as weak, so the entire time you're kind of just feeling like being a talker isn't actually a weakness.
And the other classes that we do kind of get to see a little bit of, we don't really see any abilities that seem to be much stronger than the talker class.
There wasn't anything that like directly countered it or anything either if you were like PvPing, which isn't really the point. You're supposed to fight the monsters in the abyss, but still, there was no counterbalance. It's just supposed to be, oh, you can't buff yourself, so you must be worthless in combat.
You don't need to worry about buffing yourself when you can just paralyze everyone else in the combat, though. So
yeah.
I don't really see how he's the weakest.
No. So that whole argument around it wasn't very interesting. They could have just said that we have a different kind of magic. They didn't have to make it out to be as if it was lesser magic, you know? And then Alma ended up being my favorite character, which I would not have expected from my original impressions from the trailer. And I thought that her backstory was interesting and sad as an explanation for some of her psychoses. And just like in general, I thought she was cute. Who was your favorite character?
Yeah, probably the same.
I also kind of wish that the Gambino arc hadn't lasted so long, because that dude was just so hard to look at and listen to. And like, I know that's the point, right? You're not supposed to like him, but it bothered me. The show definitely accomplished a lot in one season, and they left a roadmap for what they could accomplish in another season, so I hope that it does get a continuation, because it was interesting and it had good energy and the pacing was good.